Yo, what's up, Bullsnation? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mike B on the Go Chicago, where we talk all things Chicago sports and sports related. I got my man's BigO in the building with me to break down this game for this Bulls game. What's up, BigO? Let people know a little bit about yourself.
What's up, Bulls fans? I'm go by the name of Big O. I'm a Chicago Bulls fanatic. I love the Bulls. Got it tatted on me,
Same here.
Yeah, man. I go way back. I started watching the Bulls around 96, 97. I remember my first game I seen was MJ when they was playing the Pacers, and I think Reggie hit the game winner. And I'll never forget this moment because that was my first time being introduced to basketball and to the Bulls. So I remember watching that game and I felt the intensity. You can feel, when that playoff basketball, you can feel that energy. And I
Yes,
just
sir.
remember at the end of that game, Reggie hit the three, and I would have to been about maybe 7 or 8, something like that, maybe 9, and I cried because I thought that was it. I thought that was it. And that was my first time watching the game. I'm like, damn, man, that's messed up, man. The Bulls lost.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, I was flicking through the channels, and they was on again. And I'm like, oh, man, they back on? I thought that was it. And
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, I'm in winning that series and going on to the finals. So that was like my introduction to basketball itself, to the Bulls. And ever since then, man, I've been a crazy fanatic.
Dope, man. That's dope. So I'm guessing your favorite player, your favorite Bull player is MJ.
Yeah, my favorite Bulls player, MJ, man. I don't think you can be a Bulls fan and not say MJ number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely MJ. If you give me 5, I go MJ. Uh, I go Rose, MJ, Rose, Noah, Pip, and probably have to go Butler.
Butler.
Butler, we had some good moments
Yeah.
with Butler. I'll probably go
Yeah.
Butler.
Can't go
But
wrong with that. That's a
it's a
solid fact. We ain't got a lot, but we got a select few of
yeah, yeah.
so
What about you?
me, like I pretty much agree with you, Rose. See, Rose is my favorite because I didn't watch MJ,
Yeah.
but I still respect his game and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
Rose, MJ,
Mm-hmm.
Pippen. I love Noah growing up, and then I
Yeah.
probably
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go outside the box. I'm gonna throw in Heinrich because I love Heinrich. Heinrich he was
Yeah.
a
So I
dog.
forgot
So
about that one.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
switch it
forgot
up.
about Henry.
I'm gonna throw in
Yeah.
Heinrich for you.
Yeah,
But
that's definitely that's Captain Kirk, man.
Butler and Rodman is I wouldn't mind throwing those in that 5 too. And Paul Gasol had some good
Man.
years with us too. So
Yeah. Them 2, 3 good years. But you mentioned Butler and Robin, like wouldn't those two guys would be a nice addition to this team we got
yeah,
right
some
now? Because it look like
toughness.
that's exactly what this team
Yes.
need
Yeah,
right
some
now.
some rebounding, some toughness,
Defense, and there you
defense.
go. There you go.
So Bulls drop another game at home against the Bucks, 119-95. They had to me, they had it. They played good too. The first two games were wonderful. So I felt like everything lined up for them going into game three. You at home, Middleton was out. Giannis Giannis been playing good, but he haven't playing as MVP. Giannis, their bench was struggling. Come out game three and game four get blown out. What's your take on this loss?
um, I'm all over the place with this, man. You hit it right on the head. First 2 games. I mean, they came out looking like the team we was watching the first 2 3 months of the season. That
Facts.
defense. Bodies flying out the shooters, making shots, making the right plays. I mean, Vucevic 4 or 5 threes. I mean, I can't remember one game where he had a game in season of any of the 82 where he hit more than maybe 2 or 3 threes. So,
Yeah.
to see that, it was very encouraging. So, to come out game 3, game 4 they played a little bit better, but game 3 particularly, I'm gonna just say
Yeah.
that
That was
to
horrible.
come out in front of the fans and not really, play like to us, well to me, it felt like they didn't really leave it all out there, and I know it's a different perspective when you're the player, but the eye test tells me that they didn't lay it all out there. They had missed assignments, and they got killed, man. And I think in playoffs, you gotta, this is the moment. This is your moment.
Yeah,
You gotta come with it, man. You gotta come with it. So it was very disappointing in Game 3. I thought they fought a little harder in Game 4, but
yeah,
at the end they still didn't make shots. And I do think that the Bobby Porter's addition in the lineup may be bothering them. So I can't really say if I can't put it all on the players. I think the it could be a little bit on coaching, but at the end of the day, you would like to see a better game in
yeah.
both of those games, a closer game at least.
See that when that Bobby Porter is like that's three guys who's 6'11" in the starting lineup. So Zach
Mm-hmm.
and DeMar couldn't get anything in the paint. Like they was getting they shot blocked. Really, I really wasn't getting no foul calls or anything. So
Mm-hmm.
anything in that paint was not going for the Bulls' way, which led them to settle for jump shots. And then let's talk about this bench because our bench really is supposed to be the ones to really provide some offense to help these guys out. They didn't show up. They haven't showed up all series. What's your take about this on this Bulls bench?
The bench, man, early in the year, I thought we was one of the deepest teams in the league. When you talk about Derrick Jones, of course, we had Lonzo Ball healthy. He made a bigger difference when you can push Ayo and Kobe back to the bench. But I thought we had one of the best benches in the league. December, November, December, January, and for whatever reason, now we can barely get points out of him. Derrick Jones hit some key threes. You really expect Kobe White to be the spark, like this team's Ben Gordon, but he's just not there yet. He's still developing. He's still trying to find his way. So, I think that this bench would definitely is gonna need an upgrade. Like I love Javonte Green. He's probably the one guy that I would say
Keep
that leaves it on the floor, but he's like the less talented.
yeah.
So it's like what do you do when
Yeah.
when in the off season when you're trying to upgrade this bench? So uh yeah.
I keep Javante Green just in case. But I feel like our
Yeah.
bench was really thriving when Caruso was coming off the bench to really lead that second unit. And we
Yeah.
had Lonzo starting, so Caruso really didn't have to carry so much load because now
Hmm.
he haven't really been producing offensively because he in there for defensive purpose. So his
Hmm.
offensive game kind of slack. P Will is kind of like hit or miss. One game,
Yeah.
he's looking real good. The next game, he kind of like zone out. But I
Yeah.
want to ask you a question about P. Will as I get done with the rest of this bench.
Yeah.
Derrick Jones Jr. To me, he's not really a scorer. Kobe Wright pretty much really our only scoring option off the bench. I think Ayo could be
Hmm.
that, but Kobe White man has been struggling this whole series, and I think me personally, I'm over it. What's your thoughts on Kobe? You
Yeah, I
still
think Kobe. Well, see, for me, I think the front office is going to have a few big decisions, but Kobe is definitely one of them. I think that one day, like I think Kobe can be a really good player.
yeah
I was really high on him the last 2 years, especially the way he ended last year. He ended the season strong last year. And when I see Kobe, and this is just my opinion. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but when I see Kobe, he reminds me of CJ McCollum in a way. He can like his ceiling. I'm gonna say it like that. His ceiling to me could be a CJ McCollum. That's if he's living up to his potential and playing the game, as he should, as with the talent he have. I mean, when I see him play, when he's locked in, when Kobe's locked in, that guy can score. But for whatever reason, to your point, it's like, I don't know if it's because, he just haven't been through enough, but I don't like to use that excuse neither. I hear a lot of people, a lot of fans say that, he's young, give him time. But then I look at guys like Jordan Poole And these other
Yeah,
guys who's 21, 22 years old, and they ain't scared of nothing. They
yeah,
coming out and they playing. So, to your point, yes, I think that if the Bulls want to continue to build around DeMar and Zach and keep this thing going north, Kobe might have to be the guy that, on the out. You might have
yeah.
to go get a more experienced scorer. Look, a Patty Mills, a Drogic, somebody that been through it, and know what these moments about, know what they supposed to do when they come in the game.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they want to win now, I think Kobe White they should go try to find another answer. But with y'all whole CJ McCullough, I do kind of see it, but right now it just look like sometimes he look confused out there, and it's like it's year 4 for me now. It's like you still out there looking like a deer with headlights on. So that's my main concern. It's like, all right, bro, it's year 4. You should be out here just looking like you a vet. And sometimes you out
Yeah,
here looking
yeah,
like a rookie. Like you let Grayson Allen, who I'm gonna get into after I ask you what your take about Pat Will. So what's your
yeah.
thought? What's your feelings on with Pat Will?
Okay, so P. Will, okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I was one of those guys at the trade deadline saying that if you could have got a Sabonis, if you could have got it, well, Sabonis more so. I wouldn't say Grant. I know he was on the table for growing.
Yeah,
At least that's what Detroit wanted. But when I was, at the trade deadline, I was one of those people that wanted the Bulls to go for it. I wanted a Sabonis. I wanted a Turner go for it. It was, it was clear as day that we needed size and we needed some help in that paint. And I was for those guys, I would have probably parted with Patrick Williams.
mm,
But I think the kid, he does have the body. He has the potential. I mean, we've seen flashes of him. But again, similar to Kobe, you know, should nobody have to bring it out you? It's just it should be something that's natural. When I see
yeah,
Scotty Barnes, that guy, he taking the ball out of Kevin Durant hand, he going the other way, and he jumping from the free throw line like he Jordan. I need to see those plays. I mean, this is basketball. This is your career. This is your life. You on the biggest stage. There's no reason not to come out and earn your way in this league,
yeah,
and that's what I want to see from Patrick Williams. But, if they can get something good for him, I would honestly trade him. And just if he turned out to be some greater later, then so be it.
yes. I agree, especially with when it comes to Patrick Williams. It's like sometimes he's so passive. It's like, listen, bro, you're the number 4 pick in the draft. The only people who probably will be ahead of you on the chopping block is Zach and DeMar. Anybody after those two, I don't care who complaining about how many shots you take, and you take those shots. You don't have to
Yeah,
answer to anybody on this team outside of maybe Zach and DeMar. And sometimes I wouldn't mind you taking more shots to them. So that's my whole concern with Patrick Williams. Feel like sometimes he get too much passive. Like he try to play the right way. At the end of the day, you the third talent wise, you probably the third best player on this team. So you don't have to look
yeah,
to answer to anybody or trying to feel, bad about taking shots. Those shots are yours. This team don't move without him. He's the X
yeah.
factor of this
Yes,
team as of
yes,
right now.
yes.
So
You're absolutely right, bro. You absolutely right.
let's go to the Bucks side of things. These last 2 games at home, Grayson Allen had himself a game. Game 3, 22 points. Today, 27 points. I forgot Chris Middleton was hurt. He stepped in for him. What's your thoughts about this Bucks team, man? Grayson Allen,
Grayson,
man.
Grayson, he stepped in and did what he's supposed to do. And best believe he hear the chatter. He on social media. He know what's going on with the fan base, why they don't like him, in that whole scenario. So I think personally, taking the Caruso injury out the situation, I actually like Grayson Allen Tyler. I think he's a really good player. I liked
He just
him when he
just a
was in
dirty player.
Memphis.
He's a talented player, but
Yeah,
dirty as
yeah,
fuck.
yeah. But he's a dirt. He's borderline. I saw some stuff today in the other game 3. Where he played borderline dirty. Like he had some chippiness to him. So
Yeah,
I do think that if he can keep it. I understand you got your Patrick Beverleys, you got your it's a couple more other guys that play borderline dirty. They play hard. But the thing is that you want to keep it basketball, But as a talent, I think Grayson Allen can shoot it. I think he's an amazing talent. He's a perfect fit with what
Yeah,
they do. As far as what the Bulls allow him to do, I'm a little bit more concerned because it's
yeah,
like, he you hit 1 3, okay. You hit 2 3s, now I'm guarding you. When I'm at the gym and I'm guarding a guy and I don't know how he play, in that case they know how he play. But if I don't know you can shoot, I give you one. You
yeah.
hit two, okay, now I know you can shoot. I'm gonna guard you.
Fact.
So I want to see the Bull. I don't want Grayson Allen out there looking like he's Jordan Poole. That's who he's looking out there like. Yeah, they got that man out there looking like he's an all-star player. And that's bad for the Bulls. It's been the story all year long. Milwaukee wise, though, I do think they're a solid team, but I don't think they're going to get back to the finals. My opinion, I think if they get past this round with the Bulls, they eventually run into Boston. I think Boston take them out. I think that team is rolling, and that team is much more well-rounded than the Bulls right now. They got Robert Williams. They got Grant Williams. They got Al Horford, guys that can guard Giannis. And, you got Marcus Smart who can guard Drew Holiday. So I
Yeah,
think that matchup, I think that's going to be the end of the road for
yeah,
Milwaukee. Just my opinion.
yeah. With the whole Grayson now, it's like I don't think none of his shots was contested. He even put the ball on the floor and took it to the hole. Like he was doing
Yeah.
everything. And
Mm-hmm.
with the whole Bucks at the team, I feel like Giannis haven't really had an MVP series. I feel like he been playing okay. Like he
Mm-hmm.
never really had a game where he was dominant from start to finish. And that's where I thought the Bulls may have a chance because they didn't slow him down, but they let him, do him, and they pretty much slowed everybody else down. The bench really wasn't really scoring. Drew Holiday got off. That's pretty much it. And Brook Lopez had a game in game three. But
Mm-hmm.
the bench fell apart, which what I said before the series even started, I said the winner of the series depend on the team's bench. But I do believe they got a chance to maybe get back to the finals. I feel like the only competition will be Boston. I think Boston gonna defeat the Nets. It's
Yeah.
looking like 3-0.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's looking that way. It's
my
looking.
finals is Boston or Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
So before we wrap up out of here, we're gonna talk about some game five. What's your game five prediction?
Oh, it's kind of hard right now. It's hard being a Bulls fan
Yeah.
right now. But
Man,
I'm a fan, and I'm gonna try to think with my mind, not my heart. But I think the Bulls go into Milwaukee, they steal game five. I think they go in there and steal game five. I think that with it being a back against the wall game, I think
yeah,
those guys will play extremely hard. I expect to see more of game one, game two intensity defense and everything. I expect Billy coaching to be a lot better. I expect adjustments. And I don't expect Grayson Allen to get over
yeah,
20 points. So I'm predicting the Bulls win game five. We bring it back home for game six and see what happens.
yeah. I do think the Bulls squeeze out a game five with a win. I really do. What I was gonna say. So, this is my last question to you before we wrap this up. Say if the Bulls do lose game five, what would be your how would you feel about the season as a whole?
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel about it? Like,
Can you repeat
will it
that?
be a success for you or will it be like a failure?
Okay, for me, I feel like looking at the Bulls, from afar, I think they already succeeded what they wanted to do, which was get Zach LaVine to the playoffs, get some of these other young guys to the playoffs, see what they can do. So I think that was accomplished. But my personal opinion is that from the way they started the year, when you think about having three All Stars on your team, Vucevic, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, even though you down Lonzo,
Yeah,
with them having Chris Middleton out, I would have expected series to at least go 6 or 7. That's what from my personal, I think it's a failure, and I'm not sure if they lose, I'm not sure like how to assess if it's the players, is it the coaching? I know Billy D is a good coach. He had a good year in the OKC his last year. Granted, he had Chris Paul, one of the smartest high IQ players in the league. So I'm kind of like all year I've been kind of like a little bit trying to understand like what Billy is doing, like allowing these guys to have as much freedom as they have. Vucevic shooting 10 threes, not really dominating the paint. A lot of ISO ball, a lot of perimeter offense, no down screens. Like Zach LaVine is probably one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, and I want to see him coming off screens like Ray Allen. Like we
Yeah,
don't see enough of that,
I think
and
I think Billy doing what the best he can with what he got. Because if I'm the head coach, I gotta use Demar, Zach, and Vu. Just let them do whatever you got. Cause I look at that bench, I ain't got nobody
yeah,
else who can give me a bucket. So it's like I gotta
yeah,
rely on these guys. So
yeah,
hopefully, if we
yeah,
do change up the roster and get some actual bench players, maybe we might see less on Demar, Zach, and Vu. Cause I know right as of right now, those guys gotta be tired as hell for pretty
yeah.
much
Oh yeah.
playing a bunch of minutes. So,
Yeah, and bringing
but
Lonzo back too, and
oh yeah,
bringing Lonzo back because I didn't have much criticism of him earlier in the year when Lonzo was there because he was doing a lot of dirty work. He was pushing the pace, he was doing a lot of little things. But at the same time, I like to see coaches earn their money too.
yeah,
Like when Tibbs was here and Rose was out, it was Nate Robinson and
man,
Aaron
bench mob
Brooks, and we was still third, fourth seed,
yeah.
without D Rose.
Without
So
D
I
Rose.
like to see coaches get the most out of the right. And granted, we made the sixth seed, but I like this team like offensively, like
Yeah,
DeRozan, Zach, and Vooch. That three should be scoring at least 70,
man.
80 points a game. Easy,
Fact.
just between them three.
Yeah,
So,
that's
but we'll see. We'll see.
yeah. But yeah, man, y'all gonna be seeing more of Big O on the channel. Let the peoples know where to find you at. What you or if you got anything you working on, let them know.
Yeah, well, right now, I'm not working on nothing particular, but you can follow me on Instagram, you really 64, my Twitter, at 64. Right now, it's just playoff basketball, enjoying these games, and like right now, I think it's a game on. So just enjoying these games, and we gonna have some stuff coming in the future. So I update as it comes.
All right. Appreciate you for joining today. Chicago, we see y'all in the next one. We see y'all Wednesday for game 5. This your boy might be. My man's Big O.
Let's get a
Peace.
W.